Ladies and gentlemen, we have a plus setups coming up from Monday, January 26th, all the way to the 30th. So now let's get right into it. The first one's going to be ticker symbol CGON. Now, for the ones that don't know my strategy, I'm a swing trader, meaning that I buy and hold trades for a day, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, sometimes a week, and I make a shit ton of money. Now, let me just tell you my strategy real quick so you guys can have a full run through. Now, before anything, I swing trade on the daily time frame. First key component that I want to see in the trade is going to be that I want to make sure that I find a stock that has made a huge move out to the upside, as you guys can see right here. Second thing, make sure that you add your simple moving averages. We're going to add 4, the 10, 21, 50, and 200. We're not going to use them as indicators. We're going to use them just to gauge the market. When they're going to be stacked up all on top of each other, the 10, 21, 50, and 200, that means strong bullish momentum. Third thing is going to be that we want to make sure that price action retraces back into the 10 simple moving averages. Just because we retrace back into the 10 doesn't mean that we're going to take it. We're going to go in whenever we see a massive amount of volume. We want to make sure that we see some investor activity, some bankers, institutions, investors going in and buying the fuck out of the stock. So in reality, we need an influx amount of buyers. In this case, we had him. Now, the last thing that we're going to need is for a break of structure. It could be a resistance line or it could be a supply level. In this case, let's say that you could have gone in on January 9th. You could have gone in at the break of structure at 43.37. And then after that, just put your stop loss all the way at the low of the day and then let it ride. Now let's start with the first stock, ticker symbol CGON. On this one, of course, we have the same fundamentals. Nothing has changed. Strong move out to the upside, consolidation for like a whole week, simple moving averages, all stacked up, all on top of each other, 10, 21, 50, and 200. And the last thing is going to be that we're coming up with some volume. Now, mind you, in this particular day, which it was Friday, we closed right under the 10 SMA. That right there is a no-go when it comes to my strategy. However, we do have some volume. On Monday, which is going to be tomorrow, if we open up above the level of 54.53, I'm going to keep an eye on this stock, and particularly above 55.54. If we break above that level, 100% I'm taking it. And the way that we're going to play it, we're going to play our stop loss all the way at the low of the day and let it ride. That is pretty much it. Remember, guys, always with 0.5% of our total account. And that is the risk size that we always take. The second thing is going to be ticker symbol IREN. Now, we already took this back in October, back in September, and I already made a bag on this one. I think like just on this trade, I made like around $5,000 back then. I took it at the break of $20, $21 right here. And my last trim was all the way at $70. So I made like roughly around 200 to 300% on this stock. Now, once again, it came back into my watch list. As you guys can see, we have the same thing. We have a huge move out to the upside, consolidation for a while, and then we have a bounce at the 10 with aggressive buying pressure, and of course we have a lot of volume. So this right here is an A+ setup. Tomorrow, 2 scenarios can happen depending on where we're gonna open up tomorrow. If we open up, let's say at $52, just wait for us to take the highest point of the day in that particular day, which is going to be tomorrow. Or if we open up around $57, at that point, wait for us to take 58.50. And that is due to the fact that that was the highest point on Friday. The reason being is because stocks, for some reason, they always seem to respect the level where we rejected in the past few days. Ticker symbol IREN is going to be a phenomenal one. This is an A+ setup. Next one is going to be ticker symbol PPTA. Same thing. The only thing with this one is that this was on my watch list on Thursday, right? Because we came all the way back into the 10, and then we bounced at the 10. Mind you, we missed it. But the following day, which was a Friday, me and my team, we were waiting for this to break the highest point of the day, which was 34.99, which we never broke it. Now, in this case, what can happen is we might be able to have an entry on Monday. However, this is only an A setup, and that is mainly due to the fact that we were supposed to break 34.99, which is the highest point of the day on Friday and Thursday, and we didn't break it whatsoever. So in reality, it's just an A setup. That is it. Just put it on your watch list and let's monitor it to see how it does. This could be an A++ setup if we would have taken the highs, pretty much 34.99 on Friday, and then at that point, of course, low of the day, it could have been at 34.15 and then just rip it to the upside. Next thing is going to be ticker symbol VOYG. This one's the same case scenario as the other one that we just talked about, PPTA, and that is mainly due to the fact that, of course, we bounced at the 10 with volume, strong move up to the upside. Now, the only thing with this one is that we were supposed to take it on Friday because, of course, we had a massive amount of volume. and we broke the highest point of Thursday, which was 35.51. And then after that, guess what? We just ripped like a good, what, it's like all the way from 35 to 38. That could have been like a good 3-4%. But still, just watch it on tomorrow, depending on where we open, because that's the thing. We never know where the stock's going to open. Right now, Sunday, we pretty much don't know. So let's say we open all the way at the bottom, 35.36. At that point, I would highly, highly suggest you to wait for us to break the highest point of that particular day. Wait like 5-10 minutes. Once we break it, take it. If we never break it, don't ever take it. And if we actually open at the top, something like around 38.47, just wait for us to take the highest point of the prior day, which is going to be on Friday, if that makes sense. Next thing is going to be ticker symbol VZLA. As you guys can see, this one's an A+ setup. And that is mainly due to the fact that, once again, we somewhat bounced at the 10, not really, but we're coming in with a lot of volume. Our proper entry should have been on Thursday, but we didn't go on Thursday, we didn't go on Friday. Monday, once we break this level, this resistance line of $6.73, it's donezo. We rejected it once, and on Friday, it looked like we were trying to reach back into it, but we couldn't. So I'm just going to be looking at that level. Once we take it, it's going to be over. Once again, same principles apply. Next one's going to be ticker symbol CAMT. This one is an A+ setup as well. This could be an A++ setup. The only reason why it's not an A++ setup is because we're missing volume. Even though we have a lot of buying pressure and we have a hammer candle at the 10 simple moving average, sometimes when we don't have volume and we break a certain level, in the next 2 to 3 days, we might reject. So that is the only key factor that we're missing. However, same thing, as soon as we open up on Monday, we're gonna wait like an extra 5-10 minutes. Once we take the highest point of those 5 to 10 minutes, enter, and that is it. Set up your stop loss at the low of the day. Next one's gonna be ticker symbol NIQ. As you guys can see, same principles apply. On Thursday, we actually came in with a lot of volume, but if you would have gone in on Thursday, most likely on Friday, you would have gotten stopped out. So even the best trades ever, this is an A++ setup, even the best trades ever, or the best setups, sometimes it rejects, as you guys can see right here in this one. However, this trade is still valid, depending on how we're going to open up in tomorrow. Let's say we open up, just wait like 5 to 10 minutes. If we can take the highest point of that particular range and go in, stop loss is going to be all the way at the low of the day. Next one, and the last one's going to be ticker symbol LQDA. And this right here is also an A setup. We're missing volume. That is it. Why are we missing some volume on this one? But same thing, huge move up to the outside, consolidation period, came back to the 10, bounced at the 10, a lot of buyers, a lot of investors. We have a doji candle. It's the same thing. We're either going to wait for us to break $42, 42.46, or if we open up a little bit under it, just wait until we break the highest point of the day. And that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments down below. But let's make some money on Monday. And I guess you guys are going to see the next video. Hopefully us making $1,000 to $2,000 in the next couple of days. Let's get it.